work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like It or Not starts now.
Welcome to Like It or Not, where we're free to tell the truth and not care who doesn't like it. Just waiting on Ben to come in. I know that he said he was going to be here and we're just starting a little late, but hey guys, it is me. Ben said he's having some camera issues, so we're going to wait for him to roll and fix those camera issues. But once again, welcome to Like It or Not. I know we are on our Saturday morning show and we were missing last week, but today we are here with you, just like we are here with our brother Benjamin P. Dixon. Let me while Benjamin,
close.
Yeah, you were close. Down a little bit so I can be head in the same head frame as you. Give me one moment, but go ahead. Oh no, there we go. We're good to go.
How's that? It work? Okay.
It works. It works. Thank you so much. I love a good seat that can go down. Mine is stuck. 5 years old, so it don't go down no more. I don't know what happened, but yeah, my kitchen stools it doesn't go up or down. It has the little lever, but it doesn't do a thing. I'm always gonna be at this level.
Man.
But how you doing, Ben? What's going on with you?
Ain't nothing but the rent. You know how they say, don't take no wooden nickels. All those old.
I don't know. So tell me about, because I'm not Black American, especially according to the ADOS and everybody else. So what's the wooden nickel thing? I never heard that.
Man, that's just no. Now, actually, that saying is so old. That saying is much older than me. I can't even front. That saying's got to be back.
What does it mean?
I don't take no wooden nickels. Make sure that you don't get hustled.
Don't let anybody scam you.
Yeah. Don't get hustled out in these streets. It's just old men. Now you got to be over. You got to have some gray hairs to say it like that, though.
Okay.
You don't have any gray hairs. You're not really in that conversation yet.
Well, look at you. I was looking at a photo, and I know we were talking about on Monday. If you didn't catch our Monday catch-up show, our catch-up episode from our missed episode on last Saturday, but I was looking at a picture because I know me and you have had our personal conversations. But I was looking at a picture. And I will always go to our get out photo. I really want to share that. And I had to blur everybody else's face out.
Do you have it?
But yes, I do. I actually do, but it's not blurred. And I don't think if David can blur out everybody right now, I would send it in the chat. And they could post it and just post me and you looking like me, always looking like, hey, y'all, just ditzy. And Ben's looking like, oh, no.
We got to get out of here.
Yeah, Ben's like, we's got to get out. This ain't it, Rebecca. And I'm like, so crazy. You're like,
man.
Girl, wake up. And I'm just like,
oh man, those are the best of times and the worst of times. Those were some crazy days back then working with those folks. That was interesting. Oh, wait a minute. Who got lost? Am I lost or is Rebecca lost? Okay, it's Rebecca. Okay. I took myself down because I thought it was me. But what we were talking about anyway, though, so many different things happening around the country that I'm going to just get into. We were talking about something that happened back in the day. We've been working together for a while. But to be certain, it really does parallel, Rebecca. Welcome back.
It's crazy. I bought new internet. I tried to make it cheaper because they said it will be better, Xfinity, and now we cutting off on streams. I just don't know. But anyway,
I thought it was me. You never know.
It was me. It was me. It's the second time this happened.
I was getting ready to shift us to some of the stories because I felt the energy of what you were saying, though. Like what you're saying about where we come from and how that mirrors some of the same stuff going on. But go ahead.
No, absolutely. Go ahead and transition us because if it were for me, I got to start moving on from the past. But it's funny because these days, God has been having Google and Apple ministry.
What do you mean?
Place me in remembrance. Google Photos and Apple Photos place me in remembrance. Sometimes I don't want to know about that last relationship that I had 7 years ago, but God likes to tell me where I came from. Sometimes I don't want to know where I was working at. at a certain time. But sometimes when I'm feeling in today's days where, oh my God, it is too difficult for me to even apply any energy to do anything outside of just live. I remember sometimes in those old photos and those old videos when we were in that warehouse, how much work was put in and how much we were helping grow this platform at that time, and what they tried to do. And I just remember, us trying to do it on our own. But one thing that we kept leading with was, um, they can't erase us, which does echo what's happening today with Black history. They can't erase us. A lot of people, a lot of companies, a lot of businesses, whether small or big, have chosen educational wise too. Um, Financial institutions have chosen to do away with the celebration of Black people during the month of February, which we know as and honor as Black History Month. Yet White House decided to name it History Month, just History Month, which we know diminishes Black history. We already got, and we are in the shortest month of the year. We already had a fight for this from celebrating it as a week, a day, a week, into becoming a month, and we have to celebrate ourselves, self-govern our celebrations of being Black outside of the government, outside of the nation, because they won't celebrate us and our contributions to building the country, to building even globally. They won't celebrate us for building businesses, for building liquor brands. Shouts out to what is the brand that created Jack Daniels, and it's
Jackie.
Nearest.
Mm,
Uncle Nearest.
okay.
Uncle Nearest, who actually helped Jack Daniels, who showed that Jack Daniels how to brew, and that's how Jack Daniels came out and to create that, what is it, a bourbon? I want to say, but it's a brown liquor. All I know is it's
Mhm.
brown liquor, and they make you go like this. But it's a brown liquor, a bourbon. I want to say it's a bourbon, but those drinks and things like that these slaves or former slaves did not get credit for because they were Black, or like what I talked about 2 weeks ago with you guys when I talked about um the baseball player who was credited with the high five, and
Mhm.
because he was gay, right, they wouldn't allow him to. He was gay and he was Black and openly gay and Black. So, with that being said, they will diminish, erase, and it's so quick right now how we are not even. It's what the fourth year that we celebrate January 6th, fifth
Mhm.
year that we celebrate January 6th, and we don't even remember it like we do 9/11.
They won't. They don't want. Oh no, they'll never let us remember
That's what I'm
January
saying.
6th.
They have the ability to erase. So just them not acknowledging Black history, while people may be outraged right now, we are so desensitized in the way they're throwing so much at us. We're so desensitized to these type of issues and these types of fights that, fights for marginalized communities, fights for equality, right, civil rights, all the things. We're so tired that we're looking at what they're throwing at us every single day. TPS, we're removing that, so now I got to focus on my family and not about my rights as Rebecca Azor in damn America. There's nothing for me as a Black person, because even though people, the ADOS and the FBA, might want to other me, America, which is predominantly white, doesn't. They see me and Ben as the same people. And we are. We just a different boat stop. Our ancestors happen to stop somewhere different on their boat. That's it. And thank God they survived so that such a time as this can be a thing.
Right.
But
Right.
I say that to say, like, there's so much going on right now. And when I do go back in remembrance, and I remember us setting up when our bosses at the time didn't want us to acknowledge Black history, me and you got together and created our own scripted and created our own segments for Black History Month. We got invited to the opening for Black Panther, which was causing so much controversy in 2018. And we got invited to one of the openings where Luke James actually said I was beautiful. You remember that, Ben? I just want people to know. I just want to put it on the record. Ben was there. Ben was there, and he saw it, and he heard it. And Luke James was like, "You're beautiful," and I was like, "Stop, man, stop." That's Luke James, a singer.
No, I remember. I definitely remember him being there. I wasn't in proximity. I didn't
You
get to
were
hear
right
it.
here next to me, Ben, because I said,
Right
"Come
now,
on, Ben,
why I gotta be right here?
Because you didn't know who it was. No, you're right here. Ben, you're right here. But I was like, "Come on, Ben, I know him. I know him."
No, I remember. No, for sure. I remember he pulled up on you. He pulled up on you. For sure. I just wasn't. I wasn't so close that I could hear what he was. The game he was putting down. That's all.
Oh no, it wasn't game. He was acknowledging me and my beauty because I was over there like, "Hey, love your work, seen ya, love ya." Listen to your music, and you were just like shit, like almost like Rebecca, yo, you are you too. Like you are you too. Remember that. And I was just like, no, but I love him. He's great. And he just turned around and was like, "You're beautiful." And I was like, oh my God. No training. No training. Oh. But I have to say, Black history is going history regardless because there's no history without Black history. And while they try to remove it, I was going to get into which we need to go over, and we need to highlight the shucking and jiving that happened in the White House this last day or so, where they did not want to, they being the White House, Trump's administration 2024. No, where are we? 2025 right now, baby. I'm still in the past. God is renewing my heart. I'm still in the past. Let's move forward, Rebecca. But we are in 2025. Donald Trump and his administration just last month, in less than 30 days, decided they were not going to acknowledge Black history in the White House. They said they were going to rename it History Month. And now they've chosen to bring together a whole bunch of Blacks, because I got to call them Blacks, to bring together a whole bunch of Blacks to celebrate Black History Month on one day.
The shucking and jiving was live that night.
Oh, baby, it was crazy. And it was live with no music. It was live with no sauce. It was live with no ingredients to give flavor.
No flavor.
No seasoning. No flavor. Just salt.
Mrs. Dash.
Wasn't
even Mrs. Dash.
It wasn't even Mrs. Dash because that got more flavor than just salt. And you know the way they put salt. They're like, we're putting a little salt. Didn't even see the salt. We're putting a little salt and a little pepper. When you want to add pepper, but I would never forget the day Oprah Winfrey tasted that meal that white lady brought on national television, su television nacional. Oprah Winfrey ate that, took a bite of that, and said, and the lady was like, "Isn't it flavorful?" She was like, "Did you put any seasoning on it?" Oprah Winfrey, who had the white guilt soccer mom community watching, she said she couldn't deny the flavorless chicken. She couldn't deny the flavorless chicken, and that is not what the people who were at the White House this weekend did. Celebrating Black History Month that they actually denounced earlier last month. These people shut and drive their way unto the Kunta Hotel, also known as the White House. And they celebrated what was taken away just in January, Black History Month. And Donald Trump made amazing, and I'm just going to put this in asterisks. So this is asterisk right here, and amazing is right here. Strides in Black History Month, honoring Black history, honoring, naming names of the people that he was going to honor on the White House lawn, and he said that he was going to, and this is literally after this man has abolished diversity programs, has threatened to sue HBCUs for them continuing education for Black people like me and Ben, who actually benefited from going to HBCUs when other schools, and I wouldn't say wouldn't accept us, but HBCUs were ready to take us because our ancestors built that just for us to go to those schools. And we chose those schools at some
Yeah,
point in our
yeah,
life.
mine was a choice. I wanted to go to Bethune-Cookman.
I wanted to go to Florida A&M University when I saw after, I always tell the story, look, because I'm always tell a story, a good one too. I always tell the story about how when I was a senior in high school and my organization, a Black organization called Emerald and Onyx at Royal Palm, they literally brought us to go see these schools, and FSU took us to their football field, and that's all we did. And Florida A&M, which was across the train tracks, gave us a full day of courses, meals, the quad, and they told us what it would be like as a student on campus, and they poured into us as Black children. And I knew right then and there what my choice was going to be. Shouts out to Mr. Days at Royal Palm Beach High School who encouraged me. And I was just like, I'm not going to that school. I don't really know. Next thing you know, I was applying to that school because I understood experience and I understood my Black behind needed to go somewhere where the people would pour into me. Financial aid office may be a mess. Admissions may be a mess. But I knew my experience at Florida A&M University, the number one HBCU in the nation. And then there's Bethune-Cookman College turned university that's actually very historical. And the woman who created that university is actually responsible for the 6th Battalion doing what they needed to do for America. Mary McLeod Bethune. But I say all that to say, those are two universities that me and Ben come from. And we don't come from something slight or something light, historical, prestigious. But those universities actually helped groom and create us. And that's why I made my choice. And Ben, I know that's probably why you made your choice, because it was something that was close to your heart in some way, shape, or form. And I know that you actually were in, what was it, the band?
Yep. And what I'm trying to do though is Hell Wildcats, first and foremost. I'm trying to pull up. I'm trying to pull up the video because I want folks to see them.
Please find it, Ben. I'm gonna read a
full.
little bit.
That's why if I seem a little distracted, because I'm trying to find a clip. All I have is this response from one.
No,
brother.
and while you find that, I'm gonna read a little bit. So I'll give you some time, some padding, but I'll read a little bit of what went on that day. Okay. And if you can get some B-roll, my good producer, David. Listen. So Donald Trump celebrated Black History Month at the White House on Thursday. So this was this past Thursday, and this is after ordering federal agencies. Be clear. This is after ordering federal agencies to end their diversity and equity and inclusion programs and firing those same staffers. Donald Trump had already saluted the contributions of African Americans in a proclamation on January 31st, but he also issued several executive orders ending diversity and inclusion policies. And the Defense Department issued a memo declaring what? Identity, excuse me. Here I go. I'm getting a little tired of your broken promise. I'm just kidding. Identity months dead at DOD. Says, and I quote, we're going to be fighting long and hard for Black Americans and all Americans. We're going to be fighting for all Americans. So why say, when they say that, they mean like, why do you have to say Black? Why can't it be everyone? It can't be everyone because for years, everyone has been excluding Black people, that Black people had to make their own to include themselves. And white people just got privy to it and started creating something called diversity and because it'd be exclusion, but diversity and inclusion programs to say, here we are, here's our Black. I can see the whites in their eyes. So Trump told that to an enthusiastic more than 500 shucking and jiving people in the East Room. And so, with that being said, I really wanted to talk about what he
Look
said
at
he was
Tiger
going.
Woods.
Okay,
Oh,
okay, okay. Because Tiger Woods was there, and Tiger Woods was there wearing the little Medal of Honor that Donald Trump gave him a few years back, and this was again on the East Room. So I don't know why I keep saying the East Room, but my ancestors are telling me that the East Room used to be somewhere that the slaves used to get
so
together. I don't know.
okay. So Rebecca, all right. So then let me play this one real quick.
Go ahead.
Tell me what you think of this. All right. Now, I don't normally.
I seen it, but let's play it.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. So let's watch it real quick.
Let's watch it real
Oh, yeah,
time.
this is history. They brought the Samboon coons to the White House. I can only imagine the smell in the room. I'm talking leftover Limburger cheese and synthetic weave, mixed blend Vivica Fox collection. This isn't black excellence. This is ignorance. I can only imagine what the speakers sound like.
But don't worry about what people say about you. They're going to try to belittle you. They're going to try to cellularize your name. They're going to try to sabotage you. They're going to just try to do anything they're trying to do to destroy you. To store you.
Oh, yeah, this is black excellence at its best. Okay, talking about he's looking for
Oh,
justice. I'm
Boosie
looking
was
for
there. I
Lil Boosie
forgot.
to get arrested after he had openly admitted to allowing and paying a woman to sexually assault his child. You know, sexual assaulters of a feather flock together. Our niggas never learned that cooning pays a price, and you might lose your life. Remember Herman? How's he doing? Christina's gone. He got COVID at a Trump super spreader and left. And speaking of left, it looks like common sense done left the goddamn country because Trump promised y'all statues of MLK, statues of Rosa Parks, statues of Harriet Tubman. No motherfucking substance, just statues. Now, a lot of y'all coons tried to give Trump credit for saving HBCUs 4 years ago. That was a goddamn lie. And he took credit for what my former Congresswoman Alma Adams actually did. But what Trump is doing in this administration is trying to cripple and destroy HBCUs when he implemented that federal pause. Did you know that 75% of HBCU students fund their tuition with Pell Grants? And Trump paused that shit. Y'all are over there celebrating a statue. I'm going to be celebrating something of substance like Juneteenth that was passed into law by Joe Biden. And I'm going to get paid because it's a federal holiday. I'm also going to be celebrating that Joe Biden passed a law that stated that lynching is a federal crime. I'm also going to be celebrating the fact that while no black people were ever appointed as judge under the Trump administration, I will be celebrating the fact that Joe Biden appointed more historic black judges than any president in history, including a black woman Supreme Court justice by the name of Ketanji Brown Jackson. While y'all celebrating y'all itty bitty 20% event, we were celebrating on the White House lawn. Look at this motherfucking.
Oh, okay, bro. All right.
It gets a little crazy.
Now he get into his own personal stuff, but the point remains, though, right? They're up there celebrating Donald Trump while Donald Trump has systematically undone every aspect of blackness he could get his hands on. And they're up there celebrating Black History Month with him.
Ben, have you gotten the video? While the man was doing a voiceover on the videos, I would love for you to play, if you can find the video itself, where they were shucking and like just jiving with the toe tapping shoes. Okay, at the Kunta residence, because that same Kunta residence was where they hired Omarosa in this administration almost 8 years ago. 8 years ago, actually. They hired Omarosa. And then what? They fired Omarosa. And where was Omarosa? On the front line, reportedly, saying she wasn't leaving without a fight. And they was like, girl, please, get your black behind off this lawn.
She's back in the picture.
This is back in the day. I'm just saying that
I'm about to say
this same administration is problematic when it comes to black people, hiring black people, working around black people. But I want to highlight, this is what was enough. So I have people from my Facebook, because Ben, I don't know if you log into Facebook and you be like, these losers, I'm sorry to say, but from back home, it'd be people from back home. Back where you from. I'm from South Florida. I'm actually from the upper side of South Florida, the Tri-County area, Palm Beach County, where Donald Trump does reside, Mar-a-Lago. Yeah. So every day you go home, me, when I go finally and I can afford to go visit my mama and daddy and hop on one of these planes. And this time in this climate where planes are crashing. You'll see, even till this day, because back in 2020, these people do not stop because they have a coin, they have a dollar, so they don't need to go to work. But every single day on Palm Beach Island, because I would go there to the beach, they would hold up a sign and it says Donald Trump won the election. Every single day. Rich whites. Not the little backwoods one that we see in Georgia and all that stuff. I'm talking about I lived where people vacation. Well, absolutely, Donald Trump had housing. Now, I lived on the other side of it. You know how they like to say across the train tracks? That was me and my family, where the Haitians was at. Across the train tracks, a whole new life. Gucci, Prada, Louis. In the words of whatever her name is from Love and Hip Hop. Gucci, Prada, Louis. Gucci, Prada, Louis. That's where Donald Trump lived. That's where I got pulled over at 17 years old and was given a criminal charge for driving with a permits license. The police officer gave me a criminal charge that I had to get a judge for. So on my record for years, at the age of 17 up until about 28, that officer gave me a hard criminal charge.
Wow.
For driving with the permit. Never forget it. In Palm Beach County. In Palm Beach Island, excuse me. So I said to say, this man has been responsible for a lot of anti-Black things. That's the same housing that Donald Trump held secret documents from the White House in his first
But none of that
term.
matters to them, though, Rebecca. You're going down the list of stuff. You're going down the list of things that everybody knows happened. But we're dealing with a group of people who not only know this, they know what you're saying. They don't care. Not only do they not care, but they will actively lie about it. They providing cover for Trump. So they get theirs and they getting paid good money to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is what you were talking about, but apparently this is some kind of after party after the event that happened in the White House.
No, but this is good footage. There was somebody who was there live, but let's play what happened at the after party. This will be a live look right here, or like it or not. Let's take a look.
Oh, hold on. I mean, look. Okay.
Let's talk about it because we're here. Because we didn't get on Boosie. And thank you, Donyette, for your Cash App that you just sent. I appreciate it. But let's talk about Boosie. Let's talk about Kodak Black. Because I was going to go into what Trump was trying to celebrate, to let y'all know that he is, and he literally is doing something where people are. Hold on, I'm trying to see if somebody's at my door. He's doing something where people are like trying to throw it over our eyes and put the wool over our face at the simple fact that he denounced Black History Month just a few weeks ago. Because people won't remember that. So like I was saying before we got here, on Facebook, a lot of the people from Palm Beach, Black people, were saying, I love what Donald Trump is doing for the Black community. Donald Trump announces 3 iconic U.S. sport legends to be honored. Kobe Bryant.
Bringing that up is a good thing. They bring that up as like.
They said to be honored with statues at the White House. And that should show you that Donald Trump is making it about Black people this month. Martin Luther King, Aretha Franklin are amongst those people, as well as Kobe Bryant.
And these are the folks he's going to make statues for.
He's going to make, and there's more, and I can't remember the names of them. I'm going to find them. But these are the people that would get statues at the
And
White
that's
House.
what they're celebrating, saying that, oh, look, he's doing so much for the black community.
Absolutely. And they're calling it the Heroes Garden, what she's going to do for the black people. Add some look, we call them black figurines. To go ahead and honor them, and that is going to be enough. And this is going to be something that makes people lose their mind, lose their conscience, lose their focus, and say, you know what, they're not going to remember. And that's why I say we have to stay in a place of remembrance. We got to stay in a place of remembrance, because if you don't remember that just less than a month ago, Donald Trump denounced blackness and Black History Month. Donald Trump threatened Black institutions by suing them for allowing Black people to have the upper hand at those universities to get grants and loans and Pell Grants and all the things to go to school. He threatened to sue these universities. We cannot forget. Lest us not forget. Ben, go ahead. I don't know you.
I don't think they care. I think they know. Look, okay, look, let me show you one. For example, I was just well, go ahead and run that clip, David.
Abby Phillips, CNN.
Plus, of course, you can get Tiger Woods to show up. In 1 month, the Trump administration has done basically everything to turn diversity and DEI into curse words. And the soon-to-be education secretary even questioned whether Black history will be allowed to be taught in American schools. Now, agencies have completely erased identity months. Yes, that includes Black History Month from what they are allowed to do. In fact, Trump's transportation secretary, he called them a distraction. So it's kind of awkward when Trump then turns around and holds a Black History Month event at the White House.
We pay tribute to the generations of Black legends, champions, warriors, and patriots who helped drive our country forward to greatness. And you really are great people.
Well, where do I even begin? I mean, we've been here for the last 33 days, so we've seen this all happen. But just today, or this week, the Trump administration also suspended an agriculture department scholarship program for historically Black colleges. It is still, last I checked, Black History Month. And that's the stuff that's actually happening, putting aside the pictures and the smiles and the Tiger Woods.
So I don't think that the Trump administration, they're not trying to cancel Black history. They are trying to focus on DEI programs. They did. I was happy that he had the event at the White House. People don't realize this is an annual event at the White House. Presidents, Republican and Democrats, have put these events on each year. There were questions about whether or not Donald Trump would do it, considering what people like Pete Hegseth said. Well, we're not going to acknowledge this at the Department of Defense. Now,
pause right there, David. Thing is that this was not the Department of Defense. This was at the White House. And so the White House had an event, while meanwhile, all of the structured events that the Pentagon would have for Black History Month, recognizing the diversity of Blackness inside of the military, that's been gutted out, right? And so what this commentator is doing here is doing a sleight of hand, saying, hey, pay no attention to what Pete Hegseth is doing over there at the Department of Defense, but then just pay, the symbolism. Never mind that they're gutting all of the mechanisms for actual diversity to take root in this country. They're gutting out all of the mechanisms for civil rights to actually not only maintain its roots, but take further root in this country. I mean, we really are at a stage where it's very clear that there are Black operatives who are sent out to cover for Donald Trump. The guy in this video that we just got through listening to is one. I'm watching on Twitter, on the timeline, Tariq Nasheed starting to make every excuse possible to cover for Donald Trump, right? And then all of this symbolism that they want. What happened to reparations? What happened to tangibles, right? Tariq Nasheed wants you to be satisfied with this symbolism and these statues. It's going to cost the government what? $5 million to get all these statues done? That's not enough reparations for one person. But we have these people who are absolutely embedded in the Black community for no other reason but to serve and facilitate bringing the Black community to Donald Trump on a platter. They're serving Blackness up to Donald Trump on a platter. That's what they're doing. Now I'm going to filibuster. I'm not sure. I think Rebecca has lost her signal again. Or she had to step away for a second. But either way it goes, let's play the rest of this clip, David.
Pete Hegseth said, well, we're not going to acknowledge this at the Department of Defense. Now, to be clear, I didn't get an invite I didn't get an invite.
Which is a whole other story.
Yes, which is a whole nother story.
But you just said it. I mean, Pete Hegseth said, you cannot acknowledge Black History Month at the Defense Department. The Department of Transportation said, you cannot acknowledge Black History Month.
The president,
I don't understand how you can say that, and they can declare that those History Month recognitions in their departments are basically forbidden, and then all of a sudden,
I think it's Trump
it.
sending two different signals. So I think that there is a signal to the anti-DEI, what I call the woke right. Yes, the woke right, that is a thing. Those people, anti-DEI, but for many other people around Donald Trump who don't have a problem with things like Black History Month, I think that that was an important thing. But I thought that this is a good thing because it shows that Donald Trump is at least listening.
Boy, get out of here with that foolishness, man.
Yes, there is a woke right. Excuse me.
No, because he's trying to distinguish and trying to make a lane for him to seem like he still authentically protects Blackness. And so he's going to call out the woke right. Meanwhile, he's going to let Donald Trump run a double play. One, where he attacks Black people, and then two, he pacifies Black people. So he's on CNN to provide cover and say, well, at least Donald Trump is doing this event. That means he's listening. I don't mean he's listening. That means he's playing all of y'all. And you, Malik, on TV to give him cover.
So, okay, so which one is Malik in person? The one that was just saying, yes, there's a woke right? He's a little bit more melanated than I thought. It always gave lights.
Run it back, David. Show her who Malik is. I believe it was Malik. I just looked at the bottom of the ticker to see his name. I don't know. I don't know this brother.
It's giving shucking and jiving, and a part of a community that Donald Trump is not.
Yeah, Malik Abdul. Yeah, he's a Republican strategist, Malik Abdul.
He was also the headline for the person that put it out said that he was, I think, the leader of the Trump Black coalition or something like that.
Okay. Let me hear him talk just for a second so I can do a little bit of analyzation on my own. And again, I've been a little messy lately, but they being messy. So let me hear what he has to say, and I'll let me see something. Not everything. And I heard what he said just now, but let me just hear him talk for a little bit. Let me let my shadana work a little bit.
That the Trump administration, they're not trying to cancel Black history. They are trying to focus on DEI programs. They did. I was happy that he had the event at the White House.
Stop right there.
People don't realize
because DEI programs, if he wasn't a part of the Trump administration or Trump people or affiliates of Donald Trump, you Black man trying to hide from the closet, come out. And I'm not trying to out people on their own or whatever, but
which class are you talking about?
I'm 100% sure. And if Bubba was here, he would free this man from the closet.
Come on, don't do the man like that.
No, Ben, because it's people like this that they want to act like there's a woke right. There's a left that don't give a damn as well. I'm sorry to say. There's a left that's really willing to go there. I'm saying that to say you are fighting and you are protecting a person that would not protect the real you.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought you. Okay, go ahead.
No,
because he won't. I mean, no, that's what he's doing. He's absolutely giving, but the thing is, Rebecca, is he's getting paid to do it. So who really is a clown here, right? Like he's getting paid top dollar to be on TV to give Donald Trump cover like this.
You know what's so crazy? For years, we try to protect the left does this a lot. And I don't consider myself a part of the left anymore because that has also been tainted and all the things, but the left has protected people for so long. And we've always found a way to give people soft landings and opportunities and chances and all this other stuff. But we've always played too nice, Ben. Progressive, all of it. Anybody who's considered anything opposite the right.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me, the right. My right, your left, but the right. Anything that has been considered opposite the right. The right does so dirty and gets away with it and wins.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't, they get even dirtier and wins. And here goes the left for years. Remember when not Donald Trump. Remember when Joe Biden was first getting in and they were throwing the word around bipartisanship.
Mm-hmm.
Bipartisanship. I love you. You love me. We're a happy family with a great big hug and a kiss from me to you. Won't you say you love me too? Meanwhile, guess who's out there like, you, your mama, your grandma, your kids, everybody, MAGA. And you over here trying to kumbaya. So no, when I see people like this that are visually, audibly, from a certain marginalized community in more ways than one, in more marginalized communities than one.
Now, what if you're wrong? What if your gaydar is off?
And then it's not only my gaydar. You black. I can see that. You a man. Or however you identify. But here from MAGA, I'm going to identify you as well. How MAGA going to identify you? Black man. ER. But also a certain marginalized from a marginalized community. Let's be for real. He don't want you in it. He don't want to protect you. When stuff hits the fan, everybody's that looks like you will be out on that lawn like Omarosa was. Absolutely. Donald Trump is going to throw you away. He will. So
they don't see coming.
They never see coming. But did Omarosa see it coming?
No.
Did I? And I want to say Italian. I might be disrespectful about that. But did the guy
Scaramucci?
Thank you, Ben. Did Scaramucci know what's coming? And he ain't back.
Nah.
He ain't even back. But
Herman Cain ain't see it coming.
Herman Cain was riding, and then he couldn't ride no more. Why? Because he was 6 feet.
Diamond.
The ground. Diamond.
Was it
Remember
Diamond or Silk? One of them.
It was one of them. Diamond or Silk, but Diamond and Silk, the group is no longer a group. It was a duo that is now not seen at all because one of those people are gone.
Committed to Trump.
But while in
zero commitment from Trump.
While zero commitment from Trump, but commitment to Trump while in character. None of these people can be their actual authentic selves because Diamond and Silk's character, which is no more today because one of them died. So they need both or they have none. We haven't seen the other one since. But Diamond and Silk's character almost created from Babs. If we, you know what I'm saying? From Babs. Mm-hmm. And they played on that. And I can guarantee you that Diamond and Silk in their real life were not Diamond and Silk. They had somebody doing their hair, gold tooth, nails. I can guarantee you that these people lived an opposite life of what Donald Trump needed them to shuck and jive and be in character for.
All of them.
All of them are shucking and jiving in character, but cannot be themselves because the very themselves that they are part of communities that Donald Trump has since removed access or any resources or anything for those communities. He has depleted.
But what he will do is he'll pardon Kodak Black. He will probably pardon Boosie.
Who's a Haitian? Excuse me. Who is a Haitian who literally knows that his family members, a Haitian from South Florida, that means that you're closer to what's happening to immigrants who are Black than anybody else. South Florida people understand this the most because where is the Caribbean? Right there. We literally call South Florida not part of Florida, but a part of the Caribbean because that's how close it is. That's how much that South Florida, they don't even speak English. They speak Creole, Spanish, any other language from the Caribbean, broken English, all the things. And here we are. And Kodak Black, but Kodak Black was pardoned. So his loyalty essentially belongs to Donald Trump. He will shuck, he will jive, in a room full of black people who are shucking and jiving, in a room full of black people where they're spinning that teaspoon around that teacup, and that lady is in the background of the movie get out and saying, no, 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 no. Get the hell out, people. Y'all sitting in this room shucking and jiving for Donald Trump. Where's that video been? I need that video. I need that video for y'all to see where the man is literally, and some of those people used to be in the Barack Obama era, meeting and discussing and talking about and canvassing for the first black president of the United States. I believe Candace Owens was one of those people long ago. And she decided to drift and to grift because it pays. Because it pays. She said, I will no longer take care of my hair because it pays. Struggle hair gets me the money I need. Marrying white, not white, marrying white gets me the money I need. I was never going back to the plantation with those other Negroes. I was never going to go back. I'm going to sell out everybody I can. Candace Owens, Kanye West, Tiger Woods, Boosie. All them whites on The Voice.
Look at this one. All right, see if this one is the one you want.
This is the one. One of the ones. That's the one of the ones, but yes. I didn't see him put on the Trump chat.
Let me fix my bow tie. We at the White House? We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump. Yeah. I look so good in the red.
Get out, my brother. Get out, my brother.
Look, hey, he getting paid though.
Ben, I would love to be paid. And I'm pretty sure I know if I grift, all I got to do is let this hair sit in for a good 2 more months. Don't do nothing to it. Show up to the White House as a former liberal, progressive, leftist.
Turn MAGA.
Turn MAGA. And black and a woman. How you say it? And a woman.
That's how I say it.
He said woman.
That's how I say it, Rebecca.
That's how you say it, man. A woman. Woman. I'm all those things. Baby, I'm getting paid. I'm getting paid. And then have the nerve to find me a white husband who carries an AR-15 to kill deer. Coming from his family's vineyard. Because we're going to talk about that too. I ain't
look, not a single policy between all of them. Not a single reparation, not a single tangible between a lot of them. All they got were a couple of trophies, statues, a memorial garden. That's what they got.
But this is the thing. The memorial garden is enough for them to not remember that Donald Trump just denounced Black history last month. And this is why I say we got to do better. Again, I see a lot of people who are Black, and I'm not going to hold you. They are, I have family members, which I will not name, which I would love to name, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not that kind of shady person. Family members who can't speak English, who got here less than 10 years ago, who we have worked alongside to fight for other family members in the last 5 years to find a place to stay in America. These people are looking to, oh, Ben, we got to play the clips. I know that we did this on Thursday, but we're going to get to this next. I know we've been focused on the monuments and the blacks at the White House. And mind you, I need you to see the blacks we're talking about are not only Black Americans, they're Haitian Americans, they're Iowa border. For Donald Trump, those people who are Afro Latinos, they're in the room. Ben, they're in the room. They're in the room. They're in the room. So this ain't just
Black History Month.
They're in the room at White House Black History, which was just white history 5 minutes ago. They're in the room with Trump hat. They're in the room with red and blue. They're in the room with the hats that says, sir, I's got to tell you, there's a slave named Benjamin P. Dixon who run off, sir. I can't look you in your eyes, sir, but I know there are those people. Whatever character Samuel, because that's what they say. They say you gotta pronounce his name like that.
Steven from Django.
Steven from Django played is what these people are. Some of them are questionably black. Because who is that in the back with the bald head giving white father, white mother? Giving Tia Tamara and white daddy. Okay, giving eyes ain't black. I ain't that type of black. I ain't like them. But the truth is, Ben, if I can quote Kendrick Lamar, Pulitzer Prize winner, that they not like us. They not like us. So
and he don't listen. He do this on purpose. Let's do him. He does it on purpose. Like he make himself sound like this.
Let me fix my bow tie. We at the White House. We back in here. We waiting on President Donald J. Trump.
And not a policy between a single one of them.
None of them.
Not a tangible, not a tax rebate, not a grant. They not even so much as getting a grant between a lot of them. Matter of fact, they didn't even get their expenses paid. They paid to be up there.
A grant, Ben. They said, yeah, let's remove this grant. I know you got a small business, but we starting before we even step in to office. We gonna make examples, and they made examples out of a Florida A&M University, Black small business venture capital, the only over $1 million venture capital that was able to provide for Black small businesses. The Fearless Fund. They took that away, brought it to the Supreme Court, everything. Denied her because a white person said it's not fair that this venture capital grant or support is available for only Black businesses. Somebody white said that's not fair at all, and I'm going to sue because it's not fair. Meanwhile, statistically speaking, Black businesses are on the bottom of the totem pole. So a Black person who had the opportunity and the chance and the money to share around and create more wealth for Black businesses to succeed, so that we wouldn't have to be a part of what's happening at Target when they're removing and then reapplying and removing and associating themselves with, but then taking it back. DEI. Black History Month, putting our Black History Month now to the back of the room and no longer in the front, putting LGBTQIA plus things to the back corner shelf and no longer in the front anymore. Women's items, they don't want it. They decided to remove women's history as well. While you quietly were focused on Black history, women, you are nothing in America.
Honestly, women at the bottom. You really think about what they're going after, like your bodily autonomy.
Yeah.
Going after your right to vote, with your
work,
with your right to work, your right to vote. They passing, what was this most recent law where they're now going to require you're basically and I don't want to misquote it. I wish I read more about it, but somebody in the audience I know could tell us where they're now requiring your ID to be connected to your maiden name, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so now they're going to have every woman, if this passes all the way, every woman is going to have to, who is married, is going to have to basically check in through their marriage license in order to vote.
Mm-hmm. They got to see where your vajayjay has been.
They're coming after every aspect of women.
Yeah. Oh, all the aspects.
And they're gonna be a black woman.
Woman. A black woman.
You're gonna leave me alone by how I say woman.
I love it though, because it gives really civil rights activists. It gets like, it gives strong. I know you mean a woman. You got when a man says woman, I'm gonna listen to that man. He said woman. He ain't say female. He ain't say girl. He said woman.
Nah, I don't say female. I don't like that. I don't like when people say female.
I'm gonna listen to that black man. He said, "That's a black woman." That's it.
Oh man,
that's all I need. A good civil rights energy. But here are a few, and I wanted to go back to this, and then we'll leave it alone, and we will go to the beloved Elon Musk, who my family members who are black, hardly can speak English, are writing the testicles up, but we won't get there just yet. Let me tell you that President Donald Trump, he announced, for the garden that Ben mentioned and that we talked about during the Black History Month excitement party after the denouncing of Black History Month at the White House. Black folks gathered together to be excited for the garden to feature statues of 250 historical figures, including Black icons such as Harriet Tubman, Martin Luther King Jr., Muhammad Ali, Kobe Bryant, and Jackie Robinson. This is supposed to celebrate these individuals and their contributions to American history. However, and I want you to guys remember that we said it right here on Like It or Not on February 22nd, 2025 at 12:59, not 1 o'clock, but at 12:59 p.m. The exact location and completion date of the garden remain undetermined, not even to be announced. Undetermined, not even to be determined. Undetermined. Shuck and jab.
Not a single thing. Not a single. They didn't even get the stuff that they're saying they got. The stuff that they're saying that they got, they didn't even get. The date of completion and has yet to be determined.
Yep.
This means Trump walked in there and was like, "We got to give these Negroes something.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna give them something, a pat on the back.
We're losing them.
We'll do some statues."
Yep. And then 250 of them. We only heard about 10 prominent names. Ben. Harriet Tubman, we still waiting for that $20 bill, but you want to put her statue at the White House under your presidency? You don't even have a location. You don't even have a location, and these people celebrating. I would never forget 4 weeks ago, Twitter was supposed to disappear. Twitter was supposed to be gone. But the people had, before Donald Trump won presidency, the people had a party planned so quick where others, we see Kodak Black at the White House today, but we had people like Waka Flocka.
Oh, yeah. The TikTok
and
party.
Lil Pump from the Donald Trump Save TikTok party. Right? But it was immediately after. So how did they get this information beforehand to know where to be, at what time to be, how to be, and to perform when it was less than 24 hours later?
I guess they're just playing fast, but I know what you mean, and I agree with you.
No, they already sent the email out. They told people to shut their mouths and pull up. And what did those influencers do? Pull up. Money makes people think that this particular person is good for this particular culture, when that money only is beneficial to that particular person getting the money from that vulture.
Period.
And that's it. It ain't for the community. And they encourage you not to give to the community because why? You are the good Black, Candace Owens. There cannot be one and then another of you. There can't be more of you. I grew up with people being conservative and being Caribbean and being conservative and being black and being American and being, oh, I grew up with that. But today's date, you have to rock the KKK sign on your arm. You have to not consider yourself, you have to literally proclaim being a part of the Nazi. And your behind is black. And
Kanye
is nappy. Kanye West.
Kanye
The same person that sat there and said George Bush doesn't care about black people, and then the network had to go pew, like Bubba's camera be doing pew, and we got the colors. They had to do that. They had to move on. They didn't know what to do because he had the audacity. A lot of these people who have the audacity, we've seen switch up. If you go to past politicians or people who were advocates for black experiences, for black issues, they were speakers, were the face of way back in the day, you will see how they have flip-flopped too. Because in politics, your favorites know how to play the game as well. Because of what? A coin. So the ones that you guys are writing for today, modern day ones, I've worked alongside, and I'm not going to name any names, but I've worked alongside modern day people who say and proclaim that they are a part of the service when they are actually a part of the disservice. They are a part of pulling together black people and protecting our rights or fighting for our rights. Lo and behold, behind the scenes, they don't give two darns about you, your struggle as a black person, because they are promised that if they can voice this and give white people who have guilt a place to lay their guilt because they are following this black person and their false prophets, then that's enough that they can get paid. You do your job, it's fine. And the dummies, and I hate to say that, Ben, but that's where I'm at now. The dummies that are from our old cities, from where we grew up, that didn't get past any high school, or like they still think that they're the football player from high school or the cheerleader from high school, and want to always be the contrarian and always want to be on the opposite end of the true issue and all that, and want to ride for this and want to ride for that. Those people on Facebook, because they not on Threads, they not on Instagram, they on Facebook, where they have these groups that are very problematic, and they're saying, look what Donald Trump did, that's so amazing, he's creating a garden. But sis, tell me the date that he said he's gonna create that garden for Harriet Tubman. We've been waiting for that $20 bill. Did you ever get it? I ain't never seen a Harriet Tubman $20 bill since.
You know what I was thinking? That's the same. That's the same thing as the daggone statues, right? That's not what anybody's asking for. But what's crazy is that they get to turn around and they make this seem as though this is something that is so super beneficial for black people.
Yep. And you're right, David. Trump did stop that $20 bill for Harriet Tubman in his first term. It was supposed to be promised, right? Under the Barack Obama administration, I want to say. And then we go into Biden. And they didn't even care to bring it back up again because we had other issues, right? But then he wants to give her, allegedly, he wants to give our good ancestor, Harriet Tubman, her own monument at the White House in an undisclosed location in an undetermined time. They don't even know. And y'all think it's going to happen? Let's be for real. I want us to stand up. Look, I'm talking to you. No. Don't leave the camera because don't leave the television. Don't leave the laptop. Don't leave your phone because I'm talking to you. Stand up. Stand up because you look crazy. Supporting this is absolutely wild. I wish I can find that video and we can play it. And if I do find it, we're going to play it. We have to be mindful. And I know earlier on last year, towards the end of the year, and earlier at the beginning of this year, I said, I'm going to let it all burn down. And I will. But I said I wasn't going to say nothing, but there's no way, because I think that is actually the formula that Donald Trump has partnered with psychologists, psychiatrists, people who are therapists. He has partnered with these people to see what is the best way to get these people to be in a state of frenzy, right? To be in the state of, I don't know, all the time. And that is to throw different policies that we know probably won't stick or will stick. And while we do something in the background that sticks, and then they get so burnt out that they think that they shouldn't focus on the actual issues at hand until, or if it at all hits their front door. And then when it comes time to vote, we haven't done anything again for another 4 years to remove what is in office politically and give us something better. And I'm talking about on both sides of it.
That part.
And I don't want to be a part of the people who have a platform who do a disservice to my audience and not tell y'all how to get ready. Because what they say is, stay ready so you don't have to what, Ben?
Get ready.
Come on, Amen Corner. You was ready, Ben. You was ready. You was ready. That's all right with me.
You got to be ye also ready around here.
Be ye also ready. Be ye also ready.
We gotta have a we talked about this offline, but we really have to have a conversation, a round table conversation for Black folk, that really exposes this, and it's got to be done at a high level. When I mean high level, I mean we got to get the word out, because I know we can facilitate and have the real conversation that needs to be had, but MAGA is really pushing this false blackness. They're really promoting it, and they're putting it at the highest level they can. They're putting it on all the news networks. They're putting it on all the videos, all the viral videos, right? And so what it's doing now, it's attempting to replace blackness, the authentic blackness as it survived, right? Our generations were not as prepared. Let's just be real. No. This generation was not as prepared as the civil rights movement, right? I think if we hadn't been in a position and a posture of the civil rights generation, we would have seen this coming and been prepared for it, right? Yeah. What's left of that movement, though? We were here, folks were there, people ready, people, we're divided, but we're ready. People got their households ready. People got their own supplies ready. People got their own homesteads. They got their own weapons. They got Black folks ready, but we're divided. And in the midst of that, we have Donald Trump and MAGA, who's promoting this new image of blackness, which is just give us some statues and don't even tell us the real date of it. Just give us a pardon. Get my homeboy out of jail. We'll be your Black.
It's enough.
Be his, there's my African American, be his token Black, be the golden Trump sneaker Black, right? So they have this whole brand. They got the Boosie, get me out of jail Black. We got the Kodak Black, got the pardon Black. Right?
The Kodak Black is so interesting that it ties into all the Blacks. Yeah.
But here we are, they're putting at the highest levels for people to see an image of blackness that is a poison to blackness. So I think we need to have a conversation, you, me, we talked about it, Olay, and a whole bunch of other of our Black comrades, and really, really just kind of expose this.
No, absolutely. And because I said I was giving up, because it is very stressful, because it hits us in a different way as we're trying to cover this. But we've been saying that for years, but I'm still going to mind my Black business. But whoever watches our show, when I have the opportunity to present myself on these channels, you will get some lessons. Ben, as I know, is you will be taught to, how they say, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Here are going to be your basic instructions before leaving this administration, because we need to go into the next administration ready. So here on Like It or Not will be your basic instructions before leaving this administration, because you need to be ready. You need to be ready. And I'm only going to talk about it here. Outside of that, don't even talk to me. Don't even talk to me. This stuff is available online by a lot of different creators, and y'all got to respect them and help them spread the news, which is essentially the good word. It's biblical. It is. It's biblical. And we are the prophets, deacons, deaconess, the all the things, right? We're the choir, we're the amen corner. We are the preachers. We are the teachers in this moment. Whatever you hear, you can always find in the world and research it and see if it's true or not, because we will not misinform you. We might speak of a place from experience. We might have an emotion towards it, but y'all got to know what's up, to the point where you got to be mindful about how they're doing this from a mental perspective. I can't find the video right now, but David does have a video from a federal mail worker about the psychology of it all. Let's take a look.
So I don't think he's going to say it, so I just wanted to add he's with the Army Corps of Engineers. Currently employed, but he could be on the slate too.
There. So the probationary workforce is an extremely qualified workforce in the government. And, you know, I think the fact that they're going after such high quality employees, be they probationary or not, matches up with the chaos that they're sowing, where they themselves now have to make up for the fact that they summarily fired all these people and have to go rehire them because, oh, it turns out they were doing something essential. Well, it turns out all of us are doing something not only essential, but mandated by Congress. None of us do anything that's not mandated by Congress, which of course gets at the deeper, you know, constitutional crisis element of what we're talking about here. You know, the fact that all three branches of government are on board with this really begs the question of where the checks and balances are going to come from. And that's where the federal workforce and the broader workforce and labor movement need to step in, because we're the checks and we're the balances that are going to be able to stop this before they go any further.
So, Chris, what is your message to other labor unions across the country?
Yeah, I mean, so we picked the slogan, Save Our Services, SOS on purpose, right? This is a distress signal coming from us in the federal sector. Yes, our workforce is under direct immediate attack. And a lot of the media wants to tell the human interest story about how, you know, our family lives, our lives are being disrupted. And yes, that's a story. But the bigger story, what they're really after, is to gut the services that all Americans depend on. You think about like how many of us depend on home health aides. You think about the subsidies to schools that come through the Department of Education. You think about Medicaid that's now on the chopping block, or veterans health care, all the essential stuff that affects our ability to live our lives. That's what they're after. Because from Elon Musk's point of view, the more miserable we are, the less likely we are to fight back. They're trying to immiserate the working class, and they're doing it through the federal workforce. It's not about efficiency. It's not about the federal workforce. It's about gutting the services that create a safety net in this country, because the more miserable we are, the easier it is for them to exploit us.
Yes, sir. Nah, he nailed that.
No, he nailed
that
it.
clip, David. I need to do somebody reach out to him. I need to get him on an interview. That's exactly the threat that's going on. They are, and this is crazy. Like, this is the worst time for people to be like, I don't want to work with nobody. I'm sitting at home.
Yeah. Because
MAGA is striking so hard and so deep that this country is almost, this is almost a wrap.
It's a wrap. No, it actually feels like that. And honestly, I know that I've been preaching for the last, because it hits, it sticks, it's botherful, it's stressful. Like I don't feel like I know what to do. But then I also sit here and be like, when I see the people who are responsible right now, and I'm like, no, baby, you gave so much misinformation because you wanted to go viral and you're really not for the cause. And there's so much people who picked up their devices on Donald Trump's inauguration day. And they decided to do what? They decided to start putting out information that is viral, hard-hitting clickbait, and not true information when it comes to what's happening in politics. And that is problematic. And that's why I realized I can't sit my black behind down. because there's somebody who picked up the mic 24 hours ago
Mm-hmm.
and is giving misinformation.
Right.
And they think that they're doing it on the guise of, I saw somebody thinking, like that whole idea that Target being recently boycotted caused the DEI lawsuits. That's not true. Those were already underway because of what happened with the LGBTQIA plus stuff that was inside of Target, and because they were so upset. Remember MAGA was driving over beer cans and going into Target and beating up the workers. Remember that? They were tearing down signs. Remember that? So some Targets had to remove the LGBTQIA collections because of that. So now what happened? The shareholders lost money because of that. So now they didn't understand the risk with associating Target with the DEI and partnering with DEI, and they didn't understand the risk. So they sued. They said, we didn't know that there would be risk taking a chance to stand with what is right. So we need our coin back. That's what happened. So the misinformation that sounds good, that the boycotts are working, we got to stop that. I would love it to be the truth, but that's not the truth. You see what I'm saying, Ben? We got to stand on the truth, because y'all walk around here and y'all give that false information thinking that this stuff is, no, we have to get, even though it sounds good, we have to give the correct information. We do. Is Target getting hit in some way? Yeah, they are. But is it because of the boycotts? No. So I don't care what the details are of the information. Be clear. And if you are somebody who's posted misinformation because something went viral, it's okay to delete. It's okay to clarify the air. I want you to do your part. Right? Anywho, Brother David, I want you to please collect any, all, or some clips of Elon Musk.
We have to do something about him.
And him at the, what is it, the C pack, the D pack, R pack, middle pack, but him showing up like he was stuck in the early 2000s as a 30-something-year-old back in his time. And you know what I want to say? Yeah, hi. As high as Mariah Carey's high notes that she don't do today because she's too good for it.
Oh, man.
As high as what's his name? They used to be coming high to all the award shows with the braids and the sweat that was dating Tina Marie.
Oh, Rick James.
As high as Rick James. As high as Joe Biden's son. I'm sorry to say.
As high as Don Jr.
It's Don Jr.
We can keep it going. Come on, a couple of folks out here be like hitting that powder hard.
As high as crack in the whack. R.I.P. to my good sis.
What's up with all these president's kids getting stone crack cocaine high?
Cocaine high. High. Okay? Listen. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis. High.
Oh, Tony Montano high.
High.
Say hello to my little friends. High. This is what I mean.
Hello to my little friends. High.
Smothering their face and
they ain't just going across the board and sniffing things, and their faces inside of it. High. White folks who are officers touching the fentanyl high and about to die. Trying to cover it up.
Convulsing because they touched the envelope that had traces of fentanyl.
High. High. Just high.
Oh, no. Wait. COVID vaccine injured woman, white woman twerking like SpongeBob.
High. Okay. Higher than the throne of God. Ain't nothing higher than that. Elon Musk was high. Higher than the heaven he will never reach. High.
Oh, man.
High. Higher than his daddy sitting on people's couch talking about nothing was wrong with him dating having relations with the stepdaughter that he raised.
It's like nobody else is there. Like, just it doesn't have popular support. Well, at this point, I'm not sure how much of the left is even real.
Yeah.
You know,
how much was propped up by our money? You know?
Yeah. Like literally, you know, you see like these sort of fake rallies where there's like hardly any people, and the media will like frame it and like, you know, get all 6 people, you know, in the frame, but it's like nobody else is there. The left
you know, if we were going to be conquered by anybody, I would like, could we have not been conquered by people a little less lame than Elon Musk? I'm just, it's just kind of insulting that as democracy comes to an end, the villains at the end of the day were the dorks. Don't get me wrong, I am my own measure of nerd. I'm not talking about nerds, I'm talking about dorks like Elon Musk. We really deserved better villains, Rebecca. Are you back?
I am back. Give me 1 second.
Okay, we deserved better villains, and yet this is what we got stuck with. David, it's in your hands. Okay, I'll be out in a second.
It's not much more important than that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a lot of criticism, and people said, well, that proves he's a huge idiot from a, you know, like, look, you know, he bought it for whatever, $44 billion, and now it's worth like 8 cents. And
it's not worth 8 cents.
But you know, there's that. But the it was essentially to you know, buy freedom of expression.
If you got to protect the First Amendment,
folks. This is the man who runs the United States of America. It's not even hyperbole anymore. Like, he literally is the guy who's in charge of dismantling the United States of America. Can't string together a coherent sentence, is desperate for validation, desperate for attention.
Mm-hmm.
We deserve better villains, Rebecca. I'm sorry that as America comes to an end, this is who's doing it.
This is who's doing it, and it's Elon Musk that we have not even seen. We have not even seen our good brother from another. He ain't my brother because I put him right in the pool of the Clintons. But we haven't even seen I can't remember his name. JD Vance. My God.
Oh,
because we ain't seen him. Who is the vice president? No, who's the president? Because at this rate, all I see is Donald Trump at his knees. He ain't seated at the right hand. He's on his knees for Elon Musk. Elon Musk has wanted this moment so bad. And this is why he attached himself to Donald Trump, because they are 2 peas in the pod, little Nepo babies who are out here wanting control so bad. And because the world said something bad about them at some point in time, they had something to prove that wasn't really anything to prove, because it just still gave small anatomy energy.
Mm-hmm.
This man comes out with the whole, what did he say for what was it? Something for bureaucracy? Bureaucracy. This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Chainsaw for bureaucracy.
Almost slicing people's bodies off. They was afraid. That man in the background with the fro said, "Oh my, oh my, he out of control." He out of control with this chainsaw. Let me get to the Bizac. Look. Oh, can I get? Oh, stay away from me, buddy. And here's the interesting part about it. In these interviews, you can see him with his little coat and his hat and his glasses. You hear somebody say, "I love you, Elon Musk. I love you." And he says, after saying nothing, after literally giving nothing to an answer, absolutely giving negative 0% to the answer that was asked to him, whatever that was, he says, "No, I love you too." And then tries to continue. This is the thing that we have to understand. These leaders, the President Elon Musk, who's not even president, right? Vice President Elon Musk, who wouldn't even take that title, right? He does not give a damn about you. This man doesn't even fit the own limitations, the own exclusions, right? He fits the exclusions, but he doesn't fit what is right for the same things that he wants to do away with in America. Not even an American. Not even an American.
And I'm proud to be an American.
He can't sing that song for real. That's a South African, not ER. That's a South African non-melanated person. A part of probably apartheid folks. That's him, his family. Right? Who is trying to incorporate Nazi rulings in America. Sounds very much like Hitler. You thought it was Donald Trump, but here we are with dumb. I mean, brain size of God knows what. Can't answer a political question. And again, outside of what I think he has, which is a speech impediment. Outside of that, he has no knowledge of what is actually going on. Hasn't even shown up to the Doge meetings that our good sis Congresswoman had to look, because can't even get her name right now. Congresswoman out of Texas. Come on, Ben. Jasmine Crockett. Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, and forgive me because I'm information overload, but she had to literally look in the camera on one of them networks, CNN or however, and she had to say, Elon Musk, we've been waiting for you at the meetings, because they want to challenge him at the meetings, and he's not showing up because he's doing press runs. He's doing press runs while they sent JD Vance, raggedy behind, good for nothing, don't even want him. They sent his behind overseas to handle business. With who? Netanyahu and him?
Who was it that he met with? I forget who he met with this week, but yep.
But it's somebody overseas. And here we are with, I can tell you the power move that Elon Musk plays. If somebody is in his way, he would get them out. Twitter, one person said something that he didn't like about them.
Got him
he
up out of
bought
there.
Twitter, and he bought the platform, and he changed the name to something simple because he's not that smart to give it something else that can really stick. But everybody's going to be like, X is such an innovative name. Like, let's be serious, right? The Cybertruck is so innovative. It's so creative, because I don't know why white people do that, because I'd be in church and I'd be like, well, who is making that S sound? And they'd be like, so good. And it's like, instead of just saying amen, they got to say that. It's crazy. I don't know. But
I'm still with you. I gotta run. You crazy, but I gotta run.
I gotta go too. No.
Okay, yeah, I got some super chats, and David want to make an announcement. So just y'all keep on running. But you crazy, I can't stand you.
Yeah, no, I gotta go too. But no, David is going to make his announcement. Bye, Ben. But no, I was to say, y'all gotta stop rocking with these people who are not for the country, not about the country, don't have historical ties to the country. While y'all so worry about diaspora wars and how the Caribbeans and the Nigerians are others, when many of us have been born here, and are actually here legally with our parents, and we are still considered other. But when y'all openly accepted Elon Musk, who doesn't give a damn about you, who was here just yesterday, who is a guy who is like his father, who has relations with people and somehow connected with his family because his daddy done slept with his stepdaughter, and it's the whole thing. And Elon Musk is having children with girls who are 20-something, young women, and taking control on how they are mothers. Doesn't even talk to his trans child. Has no relationship. So, David says he'll do he has a whole thing to share with you guys, and I really want him to do it. But I say that to say, y'all, we got to do better. I know I said that I was outside of the cause and I would just be showing up and telling y'all stuff and going about my way, but I don't think I can do that. It is burning in my spirit to let y'all know what the hell going on and to get us ready for when that day comes in 4 years, that we are ready for the next election day. So we will not have anything like an Elon Musk, a Donald Trump, or a JD Vance We won't have something that is just play, something that is just propaganda and not policy. We won't have that. So I say that to say, please support the channel. Help us continue to stay here. Help us grow. Help us maintain, because we're going to stay here and be letting y'all know what's going on for us and by us, with a little bit of allyship with our producer, our white producer, David, who's always here. Love and mean it. Bubba's not here today. He is traveling. Ben had to go early, but y'all here with me, ending in here with me. Support, support, support. Please. It is Black History Month. Support your favorite people. And we know, like it or not, has to be, if you are here, your favorite show to watch on the weekends on Saturday, and our catch-up shows during the week if we miss you on Saturday. But please give, like, share, subscribe. I'm going to read some of the super chats, but please, on the screen right now is our cash apps. We have Becca Voice, we have DKG87, which is our producer who is here with us when a lot of people can't be. He still shows up even with his neck brace on. That's David. So make sure you guys are able, please, to support and give. It gets to us right here, right now. And if you're watching from my channel, we are super chat available. So send your super chat in. I'm going to read some super chats after this, and our information from PayPal is on the screen as well, Venmo as well. So please support this channel. It is Black History Month, and I know a lot of people aren't talking about it right now, but support your favorite Black shows in the YouTube space by giving to help them continue the work. And if y'all want to give to anyone, please be sure to give to our channels or your favorite creators individually. You can do that as well. So let's go ahead and read some super chats. We're going to read some super chats. Let's pull some up on the screen, starting with Charlie. Good morning from the Pacific Northwest, ma'am. And good morning to you, Charlie. Love you. Mean it. Charlie, once again, F Trump, make it Black History Year. Look, Black History Year with your melonless fist. I support it. Thank you, because we got our allies in here. Thank you, Charlie. Love you. Mean it. Tropical Ding Dong. Hey, Ben, Becca, what was the name of that news show y'all were doing in 2016? I think that's when I started following y'all almost 10 years. Almost 10 years. Can you believe it? It was called Content News. Absolutely. Woo. Quattro Ochi, not Quattro Ocho, but Quattro Ochi. Thank you for your super sticker. I appreciate it. Charlie, once again, because Charlie gonna give, because Charlie is my moderator over there on my side of town. Thank you, Charlie. In the spirit of Black history, I'd like to remember Marsha P. Johnson, who I remember as well, one of the first trans people that I remember, and Sylvia Rivera, two trans women of color without whom we'd not have pride. How about that? How about that? Thank you, Charlie. Tiger said, preach, Rebecca, let them know how it is. And I got to. Shout out to Tiger. Love you, mean it. Thank you, V, for your super chat. Appreciate you. Tiger, once again, if anyone is into cyberpunk media, Muskrat is the literal definition of corporate or it brothers, because he also indulges in cyberpunk media, and he knows. So check out Muskrat. That's all. That's all we got. Let me go to my Cash App, because I don't want to forget anybody on my Cash App. Let me go ahead. Hold on, because I love y'all and I mean it too much and so much. Hold on. All right, here we go. Omega, I love you. Happy Black History Month. I appreciate you. Crystal, I thank you. All right. Donyette, because you got me to get on how to say your name. Donyette, and I got it now. Donyette, thank you so much. Mwah. I love you so much, Mina. You have been rocking with me for these past few weeks, and I appreciate your giving, because I'm telling you, it goes somewhere that keeps this program, this whole thing running, and I appreciate you. And one more, I appreciate you, Sami, and I hope I'm saying that right. Sami Yazin. I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I'm giving you all the accents just to see if I got one right. But I appreciate you for your PayPal love gift. I appreciate you for that. All right, y'all. I think that's where we're at. I think we're at the end of it. But I love you so much, and I mean it. And we are at a place where we got to stick together. We got to stick together. I have a special coming up, a video that I'm going to do that is going to be about, it's going to be short, but not, it's going to be long, but not short but not long, just enough for you, okay? And it's going to be about Donald Trump, this whole immigration obsession that is actually, once again, what? Because I need y'all to say it with me in the comments. It is propaganda and not what? Policy, okay? Propaganda and not policy. Practice for the next show. I love you guys so much. I mean it. I hope you have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. And I'll see you guys possibly sometime this week, middle week, or next Saturday, Thursday on Leftist Mafia. Mwah. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe and monitor because I'll be dropping some videos this week. I'll see you guys. Happy Black History Month. The work that we're doing here is not going to stop when it comes to these type of discussions. It's going to be for us and by us here on this platform when the media is telling us to look the other way. Your support is what helps us move forward. Join patreon.com/like it or not. Help us grow.
Like it or not, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Yes, it's time for Like It or Not. With Rebecca Azor. Let's start this damn show. Like it or not. Rebecca Azor is in the house. You know she got a funny story to tell. Talking politics, culture, or real life ish. I live in life in the ATL. Benjamin.